Hi, Don here. I was doing an interview yesterday with Tyson Franklin from Podiatry Legends podcast, and he asked me an interesting question. Why did I come up with the name Podiatry Practice Mastery? And I wanted to share it with some of you that are here. Basically, the idea was I wanted to call it Podiatry Practice Management, but out of respect to Barry Block, I didn't want to have any confusion because he has like the podiatry management, and I didn't want to just throw in practice there just for confusion. And so then I was looking for a different website, and I considered a couple of others. They didn't really work. And this one worked, which was Podiatry Practice Mastery. But as I think more about it, and as I was talking to Tyson last night in this podcast, the real reason for mastery isn't because I don't want anyone to think I'm not a master at this, okay? I think the word mastery is kind of a process we're all on of trying to get better at the practice management aspect. And that's the key with this mastery. And as I've been thinking more about it, and I think the best way to learn about it is to kind of develop content, talk to people, have these group sessions and these interviews. And the three things that are going to be the focus of this podcast, at least right now, are going to be profitability, because you can't have a practice without profitability. And the way I think about profitability, there's only a few things you can do. You can increase the number of patients, so we'll talk about that. You can increase the amount that they purchase, meaning the per visit value. You can increase how often they come back, which would be like the frequency. And then you can reduce costs. So that's the kind of the way to increase profitability in your practice. Then in a number of ways. And the next thing is increasing efficiency. And that's something that's real important. Just we don't have as much time. So as much as we can be efficient with our medical record, as much as we can be efficient with our time, as much as we can be efficient even in our patient interaction, that's very beneficial. So we can have more of that life work balance. And then the last, I thought it was going to be community. But as I've been thinking more about it, I'm not sure community is what I really wanted. I think community is a good thing. I think having these group activities is important. But I think a better word might be accountability, because that's something that is much more beneficial to us. It's great to have a community of people being friends, but I think it's much more powerful to have an accountability partner or something to keep you accountable. And one of the ways I was even thinking about, I'd like to know your opinion here for those that are listening, but I was talking about doing like different courses. For example, we're going to be talking in our group session next month in February about doing webinars. And so I've kind of developed the slides for it and things like that. And I'm happy to give these things away if people use them. But the problem is I find that usually when we give things away, people value it that much. So there's a no value if it's given away. But if someone buys it and pays a lot for it, there's more value and will tend to implement it. And so I was talking to Tyson last night about this. Like, for example, let's say, certainly I'll do the lecture, and you guys can all, those that are present, you can do it, you can re-listen to it. But then I was thinking, well, but if it was sold, let's just say it was sold. And this is just my thought that I'm thinking about. Let's say it's sold for $100 or $197. Not even, you can just pick the price, right? But then if someone actually does it, let's say within 30 days, that would be the accountability thing, right? So they would get the course, pay whatever it is. And if they did it in 30 days and they took maybe a screen or a video or something like that showing that they're doing the webinar, that would be the accountability portion. And then Tyson was saying, well, you could, refund or 50% or give 50% to a charity. That's kind of the detail we'll figure out as we go on. But that's my thought, is in terms of selling things is fine. I don't mind selling it. I'll sell it. But the key is the accountability. And I think that's something that is more beneficial than community. And so if there's a way that we can keep each other accountable, and that's part of it, what I'm trying to do is I bring these ideas, and it's not just ideas. We need to take action on those ideas. And that's the challenge, because all of us have a lot of reasons not to, right? We have family, we have other responsibilities, we have other commitments. But so that's my those are the main three tenets at this point. Is going to be profitability, efficiency, and then accountability in any way that we can include that more and more. Okay, so hope you guys have a great day.